The second thing I'll say, that fateful night started like every Sunday night at the Gretel house until my friend Boudreaux, sitting across from me in a booth, reached down into his duffel bag and pulled out an old Colt 45. There was an expression on the Cajun's face that I had never seen. I asked him what the hell he was doing, and he said, I'm getting ready to hold up the place. Not 5 minutes later, we were held captive. The night in question started ordinarily enough. We had shared 10 weeks of lonely, nothing else to do Sunday nights. Yes, those same people Sunday in and Sunday out. Going through the same routine. I'm punctual when it comes to a routine, so I found myself seated among them for the 10th Sunday in a row. The Sunday that Boudreaux snapped our last Sunday together. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself. A few months before that historic night, I had returned from France, where I spent 2 years studying culinary arts. This was a big deal for me, for any woman. In many circles unheard of. I was very proud of myself. In fact, in Paris I found the love for which I had searched my whole life. And that delicious amour was not some gorgeous man, but filling the hungry bellies of the human race. There was no doubt in my mind that I had found a home in this. I had talent, I had passion, and I had a reason to go on. The first time in my life, I didn't need the comforting thought of a man's love. Under the circumstances, or rather the critical direction of Chef Pierre, I learned the art of French cuisine. And more than just cooking the dishes, I learned how to set a table, how to serve wine, how to be proficient when it came to fine dining. Being a part of Chef Pierre's program also meant I could work anywhere in the world. I glowed surreptitiously with pride every time he congratulated me on my skills. He told me that I had this uncanny ability to describe the ingredients once I tasted a dish. He said I had depth. I understood as acidity, nuance, that my presentation skills were par excellence. I also learned to speak French well. It happened that way, waking up one fine morning and saying aloud to myself, "Dang, Margie, you dreamt in French all night." So there I was, 20 years old, living abroad, going after it. Doing something only most people dreamed about. I thought I had made the right choice. Yet as time went by, and in spite of my freedom in Paris, nostalgia kept pulling me back home to Mississippi. For I was a Southerner at heart, and I longed for sultry nights. I wanted to suck on crawfish heads and eat corn and potatoes cooked in Zatarain's crab bowl. I even showed Chef Pierre how to make a kick-ass cocktail sauce, my own secret recipe. More than anything, I longed for my family. No, this is what I will tell the scriptwriter. Let me state for the record that my full name is Margaret Antoinette Maine, although I go by Margie. I have olive skin and freckles plague my face. My mom is from Puerto Rico, and my dad, God rest his soul, came from Irish descent. And if asked about my father's death, I will say it happened during my second month in Paris when I was learning how to prepare a piece of pork filet mignon. Chef Pierre was showing me how to stuff the meat with Beaufort cheese when an administrative assistant entered and said something in French, which I didn't get. My mentor turned to me with a befuddled look. unsure of how to respond. The first thought that came to my mind, something's happened with my visa. They're going to make me go home. Chef Pierre wasted no time telling me that it was my father. Je suis désolé, he said, adding, mes condolences, and then blended words about a terrible car accident, which wasn't all too clear. I remember thinking the next words out of the chef's mouth would be that my father was up at the hospital recovering. It wasn't to be. I knew at that moment I would never see my father again. Oh God, I thought, how can this be? I felt the room vibrate. I remember stumbling backward. The world as I knew it shattered. My father, the man I most adored, gone. Cold turkey, deleted from my life. 2 days later, I returned home to Long Beach, thinking I was no longer the black sheep of the family. After the funeral, I was torn between staying with my mother and continuing my life abroad. There was my mother, after all was said and done, telling me, Margie, you gotta go get it sometimes. Don't be scared, baby. Sometimes you have to knock on doors. And whatever you do, don't procrastinate. Your father's gone, and he's not coming back. I didn't want to admit it, but I think she was trying to tell me there was nothing holding me back anymore. Actually, nothing holding either one of us back. We were free to choose our own lives now. So back to Paris I went. While I was in Paris, it gave me time to think about my mother. I missed her very much. I felt I had left her behind. Guilt consumed me for many days and nights, especially on those lonely evenings when Paris seemed asleep. I felt I had no choice. Was my sanity at stake? Was I selfish? It was my dream, after all. The fact alone that I had worked under Chef Pierre would get me a job at any fine eatery in New York. Plus, I had to find out what I was looking for. I suddenly saw Paris in a new light. Anyway, let me take a break right there. It's actually the middle of, a lot of these chapters are really short. It's a 150-page book. You could actually read it in a couple of days. But, yeah, you know, I mean, I made all that up. It's actually published, man. All the Amazons and all that. Yeah, so she's back over at Paris now. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne Okawa, hello. I see you a lot in my feed. Roxanne. Yeah, getting restless over here at the House of Thrillers. Hey, I'm glad you made it. Welcome to the House of Thrillers. Roxanne, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne, Roxanne. Oh, I hated I had to start the live stream over. So what are you guys up to? Roxanne. Hunter, you ought to cover that one. That'd be cool. Poetically Yours by Javier Santa Maria. Isn't that right? Can't see the end of your name. Roxanne. I'm not a very good singer, but what's up, Elbow Cough? Where's Elbow Cough? That'd be a good name for a channel. Roxanne. I appreciate you coming in tonight. I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. Poetically Yours by Javier Santa Maria. Awesome. Well, I mean, as far as I understand, I mean, what the president said today, there's that one side. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm sure a lot of y'all can agree with me on this. Like, everybody's going to get a check or whatever, but it's crumbs compared to what they gave to the big banks and the big companies. I mean, they gave them carte blanche to basically do whatever they want. I mean, and then you've got the medium-sized and small businesses like restaurants, independent contractors, and they brought that up today specifically. Hair salons, plumbers, different restaurant people like that. There will be SBA loans available. But the question in the press was, and I mean, I've been thinking that too. But the big banks and big companies, they don't have to pay that money back. It's just like looting the treasury. And then, of course, the people that are getting stimulus checks and things and unemployment don't have to, pay that money back. But like, if you want to get a small business loan, you got to pay it back. And then they said today, but no, if you stay in business and you're on good standing, it turns into a grant. So I'm like, whoa, we're really in uncharted water. Let's see what you guys had to say about that. I mean, this is like akin to like what FDR did, with the New Deal, and it's going to take in my opinion, a whole restructuring. I mean, you can't just give out money forever and nobody goes back to work. At some point the engine has to get going again. But I mean, it's absurd what they did a couple of weeks ago initially, just pumping all that money into the stock market like it was, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They dropped over, $2.7 trillion over a period of a few days, and it just disappeared, man. I mean, why not just give it to us, But, yeah, I mean, you talk about, free college, most countries in the world have, free college. And for everybody to have free college in America, it would be like $60 billion. I mean, that's nothing compared to what you saw. The Fed, they can just keep printing money and print anyway. I mean, I could tell you stories about the Weimar Republic, what happened over there, but what are the qualifications? Because grants, I mean, I don't know, I don't think they're not leaving anyone behind, they said. So if you have a business, then you're going to get these loans, is what I was understanding today. Let's see here if I'm missing anything. Well, they're not grants. They're loans that turn into grants. This is something new that evidently. Let's see here. Fed's dumping this unsafe. Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, just hyperinflation. There's only 50 million of those $10,000 loans. till a gallon of milk costs $50. Shoot, I know I went and bought a bunch of eggs today. What y'all's feelings about all that? I mean, there's a lot of people who are going to be kind of helped out here real quick, but then there's going to be some people that just don't have anything. Let's see here, Adam. That's what's effed up is small business get loan, big business get money, not loans, right? Or from what I understood today, what the government's is trying to tell everybody. I mean, we know that we've been basically looted by the big business, but like meeting the small size businesses, we're supposed to be able to apply for these loans, and if I don't know what the stipulations are. If you're over time, if your business is in good standing, then the loan converts to a grant. So I'll know more about that later. And I don't know if it's 10, 20, 50K you borrow or what they give you depending on, I mean, you've got to go to they said literally go to your local bank you deal with, bring your, who should have your financial records or whatnot, and fill out this paperwork, and we'll start rolling this out next week. So, I mean, if you're an independent contractor from someone who maybe has a lawn care company to a restaurant or anything, like what people do is like you have your own business. There's like roughly 30 million of these type of businesses in America. And other than that, I don't know what else. I'm going to find out more of the details. I mean, I don't want to close my business. I don't want to lose my business because I mean I've been ordered to shut down. You see, either $300 fine or 6 months in jail or something. But yeah. My cat down there under my feet. At least they're doing something though. Internet connection is unstable. Yeah, I imagine we're all a lot of having some internet issues and stuff. But look, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get off tonight. I need to finish out the rest of my day real quick, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. We can talk more about it, like guys. It's a fine print. They only giving it to 50 million businesses, 800-page report. Wow, man. Yeah, stay on top of that, Rita, Yep, yep, Adam. All right. I appreciate you guys giving me your time tonight. You're highly welcome to the House of Thrillers. As you know, I'm Scully, the author that reads to you. You guys stay safe and get a good night rest. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.